Salutations, Boxing Nation. This is Boxing Digest bringing you Boxing Review. First, we're going to review a fight card from last week. Due to personal circumstances, we were not able to go over this review last week, but it was such a great fight card that we decided to go over it today, even though it's a little late. So this fight card took place in Los Angeles, California, and it had 9 bouts. Can you tell us what were the most interesting bouts during this fight card, Jay?
Okay, 2 weeks ago, I spoke about Arnold Barboza Jr. Versus Ricky Sismundo, and Rafael Rivas versus Jesse Magdaleno, and Emmanuel Navarrete versus Francisco de Vaca. I thought those 4 bouts were the headliners. Unfortunately, since I don't have ESPN Plus, I was only able to find the Emmanuel Navarrete fight and the Jesse Magdaleno fight. Going on that, and basically, Emmanuel Navarrete outclassed Francisco de Vaca. It was like Francisco de Vaca didn't even belong in the same ring as Navarrete. It was a complete one-side shutout, beyond belief. The next fight was Jesse Magdaleno versus Rafael Rivas. That was pretty competitive. It was back and forth, hustle and tussle. And then in the 9th round, I think it was, Rafael Rivas decided not to come out. So it was a TRD, a technical knockout on part of Jesse Magdaleno. So everyone knows he's campaigning at featherweight, which is 126. So we'll see what he does there. This was for the WBC featherweight title, and Gary Russell Jr. is the champion of that title in that weight class. Considering Jesse Magdaleno fights for Bob Arum, Top Rank, ESPN, and Gary Russell Jr. fights for PBC, Al Heyman. I don't know how that's ever going to work out. I would love to see that fight. It's a very interesting fight. Now for the Arnold Barboza Jr., he ended up winning, and the Chris Van Heerden, he also ended up winning. So everybody that was meant to win won. I can't really go over those fights because I didn't get to see them, so I can only go by the results I see on BoxRec. And also, because last week we weren't able to come up with a card, a major fight happened this Saturday, which was Sergey Kovalev versus Anthony Yarde from the UK, Frank Warren fighter. A lot of people thought that Anthony Yarde wasn't ready. He didn't basically fight contenders, so he went from prospect all the way to championship level caliber. But that being said, Anthony Yarde impressed me a lot. He imposed the Mayweather shoulder roll against Sergey Kovalev. He was very successful with it. He wasn't as sharp, and his reflexes weren't as sharp as Floyd Mayweather, obviously, but he hurt Kovalev a couple of times, and I had him winning the fight until he gassed out, and then Sergey Kovalev, he didn't give up. He dug down deep, and he basically knocked him out in the 9th round. No, was it the 9th round? It was either the 9th or the 10th round, but he knocked him out with a stiff jab. It was a really rugged, tough fight. He did pretty well. Sergey Kovalev, I believe he's reaching that age of maybe contemplating, maybe slowing down. He's reaching that age of slowing down. He's not as sharp as he used to be, having lost to Andre Ward and to Alvarez. Psychologically, he's not the same. Then again, he's also with a new trainer in Buddy McGirt, so maybe that played a role in it as well. But Sergey Kovalev, he looked vulnerable. Nevertheless, he came out with the victory, and we'll see what the future holds for him. So those were the 2 cards that we wanted to speak about, considering it's been 2 weeks. But we'll try to be more consistent next time.
We apologize about that. Well, but this has been Boxing Digest bringing you Boxing Review. Please remember to subscribe and like this video. Until next time, this is YC.
And I'm Jay Nice.